Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. And Shalom to your brothers that are laboring and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. And with charity, I am the brother Abraham from the camp here in JMS Chicago. Come to do another quick lesson to the Holy Spirit, Lord willing to be edifying. And I was just scrolling through RT News app, looking at different articles, and everything's just on war. Obviously, in the scriptures in Matthew's 24th chapter, it says that one of the signs of the end would be that there would be wars and rumors of wars. Alright, that's just what we're seeing in the earth today. Alright, which is a big token of the signs letting us know the times that we're in. Okay, and this article from RT is called Washington, quote, destroying world peace, from senior North Korean official Kim Yo-jong. Right, this is her comment based off everything that's happening in the earth today because of the US. And it's true, right? Because at the end of the day, or before all this started, Russia didn't really want to invade Ukraine, and prior to all this, Ukraine was the most and is the most corrupt country in Europe. Alright, now all of a sudden everybody cares about Ukraine when you have US putting missiles on Russia's border, provoking them to pretty much do something so they'd have an excuse to start a war with Russia, because that's something they've been wanting to do for a long time. Alright, and what they're doing is they're trying to bleed out Russia and their resources and all their firepower. They want to weaken Russia. They want to take out Russia. Okay. But this is all US, and we know that based off Revelation, based on Revelation 17 and verse 3, it says, so he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Right, so this woman represents America. She's the great whore. Alright, and this great whore sits on top of this beast, and this beast being EU, NATO, okay, the US pretty much controls all of that. And a proof of that is it's the recent the recent comments from man, let me see if I could find it. I think I might have saved it. I hope I did. Look, check this out. EU is dominated by US, right? The European Union needs strong leaders akin to former German Chancellor Angela Merkel to have its voice heard on the global stage. Italy's former blah blah blah. So this is what he says. There are too many jealousies, too many leaders, Antonio Tajani said, arguing that the bloc has ended up serving the US instead of pursuing its own interests, and that even Germany, the strongest member country, fails to impose itself. A Merkel is missing. During the interview, he was asked if he thought the EU was too weak, to which he replied by explaining that Europe does not have a real foreign or defense policy. We always come after the Americans, meaning after whatever they want. It's whatever they say, and whatever they say goes, right? All right, because what Germany just recently supplied Ukraine with tanks, because guess who told them to do that? All right, and Germany, being one of the strongest nations in NATO, said that they're at war with Russia, right? So if one member of NATO is in a war with Russia, then they're all at war with Russia, right? Because this is the great whore riding the beast, right? When you're riding a horse, you control where the whole horse goes. All right, and that's pretty much what America is to NATO and the EU. All right. But going back to this article, this is what that North Korean official said. It says, North Korea has condemned the U.S. and other Western powers for providing main battle tanks to Ukraine forces, saying Washington's proxy war against Russia poses a dire threat to world peace. In comments carried by the state-run Korean Central News Agency on Friday, Senior Workers' Party official Kim Yo-jong, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un's sister, claimed U.S. involvement in Ukraine has exposed the entire continent of Europe to the grave danger of war. Washington and its allies are destroying world peace and regional security by handing over an astronomical amount of military equipment to Ukraine, completely ignoring Russia's safety concerns. Right. So imagine if Russia was over here putting military equipment on the border of Canada and the border of Mexico. You know, you see the outrage by these people would be. Russia's not doing that. America's the one that's doing that. Who has the most military bases in the whole world by a large scale? Nobody even comes close. All right, who is involved in almost every war and has been involved in almost every war since its establishment? It's been America. All right, but that's about it for that article. I mean, you got so much going on And then check out this other article, which also, um, look, 50 years after leaving Vietnam, the U.S. keeps getting involved in wars without understanding them. Like, then you got Israel with drone strikes to Iran or Persia. Look at this madness. Pfizer admits it engineered new you know what mutations. Look at this, man. See, a lot of this stuff is also being covered up with other stuff. You know, the whole riots for the police because of the murder of, I forgot his name, man. But no, you don't see none of this in the mainstream news, man. You really don't. You know. But let's go ahead and grab Revelation 6, verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Alright, and this is going into Esau Edom. Alright, a horse represents power. And power was given to who? The wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau Edom. Alright, and when Esau Edom was born, they described him as what? Red and hairy all over, like, or red all over like a hairy garment. Okay, so he has that mark of Cain on him. Okay, and what his blessing is a sword. That's how he takes peace from the earth. And as you can see, he's doing it today, because that's what he was created to do. He's the wicked. He's the destroyer. Okay, now let's get that this is Genesis 4 and 13. It says, And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. Right? Because his mark was him not having any pigmentation, and back then that wasn't that wasn't normal. Right? Now it's just, in today's day and age, that's what everybody wants to be. They be fucking wanting to be a fucking white person, so-called white person, right? And going back to Esau Edom, given that great sword, you go into that word Cain. Let me see. It's a spear. It's a weapon, a sphere. That's a striking fast. A sphere. Okay. So let's go back to this Genesis 4. So this man, Esau Edom, a fugitive, he's always on the run. Alright, he has nowhere to go but to be always on the run. And he's been found out. So it said they shall cry after him as after a thief. Right? Like pretty much pointing him out, and he's being exposed. All right, it says, and the Lord said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Right, so Cain, or Esau, has a mark on him. Right, this mark is pretty much a protection on him, that no one would slay him, and if they did slay him, he vengeance will be taken on them sevenfold. Okay, so this goes to show you that the Lord is in control of all things. Man, Esau Edom didn't get where he's at by his own will and by his own power, by something great that he did. It was all by the Lord. Okay, and he has set him up partly to punish us for our iniquities and our sins. All right, but the Lord giveth the kingdom to whosoever he will, and he gave it to Esau Edom for the time being. And as all kingdoms come and go, Esau had his prime, he had his rising, and now it's time for him to go. As we see by all the prophecies coming to pass, it lets us know that this is the end of the world of Esau, or the age of Esau, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay. But that's it for that. Um, Let me see. We could end it off with the where was I at? Revelation 6. Yeah, that's it for Revelation 6, I guess. But Esau Edom, he's that sword, he's that red horse that has been given the dominion of the earth to take peace from the earth by his blessing, which was the sword. Alright, when you read in the book of Genesis, right, Esau Edom was given his blessing, which was the sword, and by the sword shalt thou live. Right, and as the saying goes, he who lives by the sword shall die by the sword. Alright, let's go ahead and end it off with that in Ezekiel 35 and 5. It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So, you live by the sword, and now you're going to die by the sword. You love to shed blood, your blood's going to be shed. Right? That's how this earth needs to be cleansed, by your blood, because you shed all our blood upon the earth. So the earth is defiled, and it needs to be cleansed by your blood. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Lord willing, this video was edifying. As always, our honor, glory, and praises goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Till next time, shalom.